Time is of the essence. We must assist our allies.
If any of you who are not into the gaming space, let me tell you that right now you're seeing three types of gamers. Real gamers, and the other two is what we gamers like to call, one is fake gamers and the other is shills. Gamers shills. Before we get to that, we'll react to a video from Hypnotic. You really need a context for it.
So I saw this video making the rounds online. I saw multiple people quote tweeted, people that I personally follow, people that I don't even follow. This video keeps showing up on my timeline left and right, and it has to do with a person that goes by the name of Ash talking about video game culture is toxic, in all caps, of course, because it has to be. Now, this video, I'm going to imagine, is, without even watching it yet, I'm going to imagine it's most likely a woman complaining about how toxic men are being towards her, probably in voice chat or maybe just in general. People find out she's a girl and they decide to have a melty melt about it. I really don't know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think we are at a point where people are choosing to partake in a hobby that they know is probably not going to be for their own particular, people are a little bit sensitive towards certain things. And I feel like they purposefully join those things that they know they're going to be sensitive for, just because they know that the clout that comes from it by talking out against it is pretty massive right now.
Okay, before that, I need to check back that person. What does he look like? Ash, gym leader. Okay, she doesn't have a pronoun. No sign of it.
So what am I talking about? Well, quite frankly, again, this is not the first time we have seen a woman come out and try to complain about video game culture, right? We see this happen all the time. We saw this happen with another female streamer. I forgot her name, but she essentially went viral for calling out somebody who did a grape joke against her, right? Inside of a video game. But the funny thing is, she left out the context to that clip. And when other people uploaded it, they realized that, oh, she was actually egging him on the entire time, knowing that he was probably going to say something crazy. So then she could then go out and clip it and put it online for everybody to be like, oh my God, how terrible. You got to be very careful with these kind of reactions, but we're going to get into the video regardless and see what it's about. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, if you guys are unaware, a shout out really quick to Why It's Metal. He says, admit she's new to gaming, but has all these problems with it. Maybe gaming just isn't for you, and you should find something like yoga instead. I also don't like playing online with other people, but instead of whining online calling gamers toxic, I just play single-player games. Now, here's the amazing thing about all of this, okay? Quite frankly, this is true. You have a situation where gaming has always been fairly toxic for the most part. If you even want to apply that word toxic, I don't like using that word because, to be honest with you, that word has lost all meaning. Essentially, if you are even remotely critical or mean at all on the internet against someone else, you would be deemed toxic. It's a weird thing. But let's hear her out and see what she has to say about all of this, and then we'll get into the, I guess the after effects of it. Here we go.
Okay, before we let Hypnotic continue, during the Call of Duty era, truth to be told, I didn't exactly, or perhaps played Call of Duty multiplayer. I'm a single player as well. Well, yes, I've already started with World of Tanks, or even, in this case, Marvel Rivals, First Ascendant. For competitive, mostly this time is Marvel Rivals and World of Tanks. The rest I don't exactly play that much. I think when I start playing World of Tanks when I got my laptop like this one. Other than that, I dodged a bullet on that one, but then again, not all gamers are toxic. I mean, not all gamers face this. I know some creators who are gamers as well, has no problem. Let's say, for example, if I can get my English right, Noisy Butters, when I watch her video, she looks like she's having fun. I mean, no toxicity, nothing.
Let me rant real quick. Video game culture is toxic. I've been playing Marvel Rivals a lot lately. I am obsessed with this game. I have been insulted, called everything but a child of God. I have been told that I need to be in the kitchen and I need to be cooking and stop playing games, which is crazy because if you said that to me in person, I'll go in the kitchen and cook, but just don't be surprised if there's something in that food that you may not want to eat. It's annoying being a woman and having on voice chat and you're being insulted and told all of these things and you're being harassed. It's so annoying. And this is something that I am fairly new to. I understand that this has always been around. This dates all the way back to the Call of Duty days. I am well aware of that. I shouldn't.
So my thing is, okay, so if you are well aware of that, if you understand gaming history, if you understand gaming culture as a whole and the competitive nature of it, especially in video games like Call of Duty, or in this case, Marvel Rivals, which I'm sure is pretty competitive, why would you then interject yourself into that competitive segment and then complain about the shit talking? I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Anytime you get into a competitive sport, whether it's physical or gaming, it doesn't matter. That competitive nature is never going to go away. And you seemingly are trying to make it seem as if it's all because you're a woman. But the funny thing is, you and other people never seem to mention how much of this toxicity other men get as well from men. It's like people know that we talk shit in gaming. That is just how it goes. And it's people like this that aren't actual gamers that want to suddenly join the space and then complain that the space is not nice to them and then want to blame their vagina for the space being not nice to them. It doesn't make any fucking sense, man.
You're right, doesn't make any sense. See, here's the real thing how we know. Now, another thing that you need to know, which we're gonna get to our comparison soon, is that when people ask for free stuff, is an indicator that these people aren't gamers. Every gamers spend their hard-earned money to buy games they love. Because games now are expensive as it is. That's how you know. Don't worry, we'll get into that soon.
You're trying to turn yourself really into a victim at the end of the day, and people see right through it.
And have to cut off my voice chat in order to please other people. And if we're playing a team-based game, we have to talk to each other and we have to collaborate. And something.
The funny thing is, I've seen when women go on voice chat, if they get hate, the women that know how to handle it and fire back at the men ends up making everybody laugh at the end of the day, and they gain respect. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to realize that there is a lot of trolls out there on the internet, especially in competitive video games. And the moment they hear a female, they're just going to try to troll you because 99% of the time, you're most likely going to get emotional over it and get, end up making a freaking video like this over it. This is what they aim for. This is what they try to get you to do. They try to get you to have a little bit of a melty melt, and then you end up giving them exactly what they want. That's why nobody takes you seriously at that point.
Something I have noticed is that these team-based games attract the worst type of people. It's a bunch of low vibrational, low emotionally intelligent people that get on this game and call you anything.
What the hell is low vibrational? Is that a new woke term that I don't understand? Like, I've never heard that before. What is it? You talking about your vibrator settings? Like, what is low vibrational? I've never heard that before. I also think it's kind of ironic that she's trying to say that people are emotionally whatever. But the funny thing is, here you are spurging out after your first gamer experience and people being mean to you. You're the one calling the place. You're the one calling everybody toxic. You're calling game culture toxic. You're calling gamers toxic by definition. And you're saying that somehow they're the emotionally unstable ones?
And what gets me is like, I don't want to have to mute because I feel like I'm letting people win. But at the same time, your girl wants to protect her peace. Okay? That's all I wanted to say about gaming culture, y'all. In rant.
So you want to protect your peace. So the idea of you protecting your peace is to put out a video that you know is going to go viral on Twitter, thus resulting in your peace not protected. I just don't understand the mindset and the logic behind this one. Listen, man, at the end of the day, people know gaming has always been this way. I really feel like there is a lot of new gamers out there that don't want to admit that they're new gamers, although you can clearly see by their age they probably are. And they have now come to realize what gaming has always been like. But because we are growing up in a society that is extremely soft compared to where we were 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I think it's safe to say that a lot of the people cannot handle it like we could back in the day, right? Like these people couldn't handle a Call of Duty lobby, especially a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Oh my God, we won't even go there. Modern Warfare 2 lobby is light years ahead of what the current Call of Duty lobbies are right now, especially since Call of Duty has voice AI moderators that will ban you if they even sense you saying something negative. It's ridiculous. I've covered so many stories about people being banned from Call of Duty Black Ops 6 because of that. You know, they have tools in place to protect supposed people like you, but the funny thing is these tools are usually pretty wrong and they're just censorious in nature. And I feel like that's what she's advocating for here. I feel like she would rather a world where everybody fakes being nice, where everybody pretends to like each other, when at the end of the day, man, you're playing a competitive game. You're playing a competitive, if you want to call it sport, I really wouldn't call it sport, but you're playing a competitive game and people are naturally going to get competitive. You're playing a fucking first-person shooter game in team deathmatch. And you're worried about people being a little bit aggressive. It just seems a little bit odd to me. So
again, I will put the video link in the description so that you guys can get a full context. Sometimes, always remember, when it comes to fake gamers, yes, I know some not to be distinguished with new gamers, okay? If people complain, what are the chances are it will not get viral? I mean, it's Twitter of all places. Hypnotic also plays games. Yeah, he played Avowed. I believe he played Avowed, or I don't think he plays Dragon Age Veilguard. I mean, Endymion played Dragon Age Veilguard, okay? The games that I play this time is mostly Asian games, okay? Now, the similarity between Fake Gamers and even Gamers Shills is, of course, free stuff. Let's take, for example, Cypher. Why do you think she got all the free stuff? Oh, wait, not Cypher. Let's take Khalif Adam, aka Booty Adams, who went to Avowed but doesn't even know what he's talking about. He just wants the free swag. Similar with the Star Wars Shields. They continue to attack Star Wars Theory as long as they can get the free stuff. So that's the difference. Real gamers, they buy games with their hard-earned money. While Gamers Shills and Fake Gamers, most of them are not gamers. I mean, they just pretend to know anything. Like this one. Although I had to ask, Hypnotic, what's with a nose ring? I mean, Hypnotic, did you notice that this woman has a nose ring? I mean, is there a cult with this? Smash JT is right. Is there a cult that wears nose ring all the time? I don't know, folks. What do you guys think? Do all Americans wear nose ring? Let me know in the comments, because I'm a bit surprised. I don't know what's the whole nose ring thing is about. Every gamers, they buy games. Vera Dark buys games. She played Avowed. No, wait, I don't think she played Avowed. I need to recheck. She played Kingdom Come Deliverance. She played Vision of Mana, Black Myth Wukong, and Dynasty Warrior Origin. Why? Because they want to show transparency. Since most of these fake gamers and gamer shills won't show transparency, well, they just keep shilling.
So the enemy has proposed that you defect. In that case, perhaps we should use their desire to recruit you against them by planting you within their army. Gain their trust, and before long, we will give the signal for you to destroy their ranks and resolve from within.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, theories, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my first and third channel up here or link in the description.